afternoon, everyone. My name's Julian. I'm the co-founder and managing partner of IXSwap. This quick video is about security tokens. What is a security token? How does it work? What's inside? So let's quickly unpack that. So what is a cryptocurrency? It's a token issued on a blockchain. The value of that token is not tied directly to any asset. So it's not an asset-backed token, and you can buy and sell it and send it all over the world. Fascinating, innovation, and amazing. So what is a security token? A security token is essentially an asset-backed token. So using the same structure as cryptocurrency, blockchains, tokens, smart contracts, we marry that innovation with all the real world assets, real estate, private equity, venture capital, startups, etc. Now, typically most of these assets, when there's more than one investor, is held in a fund structure or an SPV structure, special purpose vehicle, which allows for you to traditionally invest money, fiat money, get a share of the real estate fund, and that's generally how it worked. So security tokens are taking the innovations of blockchains and marrying them with the real assets, which means you have an entire new world of products coming to market that are going to be very, very exciting. And what the short history of the security token industry was, back in 2017, you had the ICO boom, the initial coin offering boom. Unfortunately, a lot of those products started to add securities features to them, whilst not doing it in a compliant way. So they might have been promising revenue share, profit share, interests, etc. And unfortunately for those projects, that they're securities features, which means they fall typically under the securities regulations around the world. Now, a quick snapshot on regulation. When we never had regulation, we had a world similar to all the scammy ISOs and scam NFT projects, where it was the complete Wild West and there was absolutely zero protection for anyone. So over the last 100 years, we developed regulations around the world in different countries with the initial, let's just call it, there was a good intention, try to protect investors. Now, some of those regulations have got way too onerous and, they've gone maybe a little bit too far, but that's kind of the real purpose of, regulation at its heart. So security tokens are regulated as securities. Now, interestingly, securities regulations around the world basically identify how you need to legally and compliantly prepare a securities offering, issue it, trade it if possible, custodize it if possible, etc. Who can buy it, who can sell it, where you can buy it, where you can sell it. So that's some of the nuances, related to the security tokens. But after the initial birth of the first security tokens, which again were basically failed ICOs, the quality of the security underlining the security token, wasn't there, or was poor quality. No one would buy it. So everyone thought it was going to go, galactic day one, and it didn't. What happened though, from 2018 to 21, was good companies around the world were applying for necessary licenses, whether they were a broker-dealer or whether they're an exchange or a custodian or maybe another participant in the ecosystem. And they went and got all these licenses and then built the blockchain technology around their platforms. That took some companies, and still in process, many years. So the difference right now, 2022, is that there's over 25 platforms around the world that are licensed to issue, trade, or custodize all or some of those services individually, security token. And now we're going to see a whole new world of much higher quality, much larger, but just a much more diverse pool of security tokens coming to the market, because good quality issuers, whether I'm an asset owner or a fund manager, I can see there's a full loop to do the issuance, trading, custody with, licensed, reputable companies who actually have the technology. So we've had an infrastructure void, but this was, the next generation of investment infrastructure, and now stumps to come to market. So security tokens are a much larger addressable market than cryptocurrency. There's $8 or $9 trillion of assets in the private markets, in real estate, private equity, venture capital, etc. All of that is going to, over time, be tokenized to become security tokens. There's a few different terminologies. There's security token, tokenized security, digital asset securities, a bit more one and the same. And right now we're at a world where we have a lot of paper-based offerings because that's the existing, multi-trillion-dollar private markets, and people are tokenizing different things in that bucket. And in parallel, we're having a whole new world of security tokens coming out, which is essentially is a paperless-based security offering. So a share of a fund or a share of a company where there's no paper altogether, and that's happening in lots of innovative and exciting ways. Some of that part of that is the whole evolution of the DAO structures, which are or are not tied to paper-based securities. But essentially, what is happening is you're going to see a world of digital currencies interacting with a world of digital securities and security tokens, and then we're going to see a huge explosion of growth. What has iXSwap got to do with this whole thing? Well, now you have companies that can help you issue. You can help companies that can help you trade and custodize. Where's the liquidity solution? Over time, exchanges will bring more and more products. And as those products grow in size and scale, more and more traditional market makers and even crypto market makers will come across to become the market makers on the centralized security token exchanges. But for the millions and super majority of projects that come out as a security token that don't belong in an exchange because they don't have the characteristics of an exchange traded product, they will find a happy, welcoming home at iXSwap, where they can create the first liquidity pools and give their asset a trading life. And that is absolutely incredible and something that has never, ever been available before for any type of security offering that wasn't big enough to go list on a public exchange. So that's, try to make it short and sweet. What's a security token? Stick with the blogs, the education channels, find out more on the website. Thanks for joining today.